Hey, I'm Robert Kennedy with Man Over Beast, and I'm here today with Jesse Schreiner and Derek Starkey, and we're going to go over the Sumter pack and some self-filming stuff. Check this out.
These racks need it.
Not overly mature. Do is help pretty much all.
So you still have your shooting window here, but
you already know all of the specs about the pack due to Nick Betts, awesome guy. And the tech tips that he gave. It's bigger than the case pack, it's framed, and it's awesome. So my style packing for this is pretty similar. The EDP or the mission platform goes on the back. What we're doing is we're putting the camera arm into this one sleeve on the right side. Derek's back there. I run a 360 camera. I think it's very important. So the 360 camera goes on the other sleeve, and when you're walking in, a key to that is you can extend this thing up so you're getting the POV view walking in. So I like to run the 360 camera here for packing, camera arm on the other side, platform, sticks on either side, and then on the inside, we'll get into that in just a minute, but we'll have the main camera, or we'll have the main camera clipped up here on the shoulder like the GoPro is right now, and the fluid head is in there as well. So that's a quick rundown of the outside of the pack. We'll open it up here quick and I'll show you the inside. I tend to store my spare batteries in here, this big pouch in here, and the cables that I might need. This cable head is just sitting here right now, and then I've got this extra little pack. This extra little pack you don't need, but it's really nice to be able to compartmentalize things inside of here a little extra. This is where I would put the main camera, this one that you're watching right now. And then I've got wireless stuff and all that good stuff in there too. So that is kind of how a gist of how it's set up. If you were gonna pack in extra layers of clothes, I would probably put those at the very bottom, keeping your camera stuff at the top, because when you get set up in the tree like we're about to do here, the first things you're going to be getting out of your pack is your camera gear, and then you'll layer up. So keep that in mind for future reference.
Nice looking deer down there.
Looks like a nice 4.5-year-old, you know?
Yeah, got a nice body on him.
Nice body, nice body. So you're in the tree, you just got up, you still got your pack on, or you hoisted it up. One key for any of this stuff is a way to hang your pack. And if you don't have a way to hang your pack, you need to get one. All right, so I put my tether anyways just about chest level. So there's my tether. I'll put the gear strap just above that, so that's about face level. I've got these little carabiners I'll clip on to the loops, and then I'll take my pack off. At this point, once the pack is off, I can kind of relax a little bit, pull my bow up, either put it on my hook or on my hip, and then I'll get my camera gear set up. Just because, you know, self-filming is important, but if you didn't have your bow up in the tree while you're setting up the camera, I think it's more important to shoot that buck. Now, at this point, my bow is up here and my pack is up here. Everything just needs to be unpacked. For my 360 camera, I run a couple different things. Either way, trail cameras have these type of mounts like this, and they work on private property where you can adjust the angle of your trail camera. There's also 3D printed units, and they work great for adjusting your 360 camera. So for now, we're gonna use this because this is private property. Screw this into the tree, and I put the 360 camera above me in a good, oh, this is gonna be tough on the red oak, but I keep it above me on a good angle. That way it captures everything. This is an all-out like self-filming setup too. And so people should not feel pressure that they need all of this stuff. If I was gonna tell anybody anything, if they were gonna just start self-filming or getting into it, I would tell them a 360 camera, and that's it. Because you can, with the technology today, this is an original 360 camera, but with the technology today, you can crop in so far on things. Deer at 30 yards, you can make them look like they're at 10. Things become really easy when all you have to do is push record and you capture everything at a 360-degree angle. So I thread the 360 camera down, I would then turn it on and extend it out pretty much all the way. So my 360 camera, boom, it's up. It's completely out of the way, and you're now able to capture everything at one time. You hear people talk about first, second, third angles. I run a first angle and a second angle. My first angle is the main camera that Derek's holding, but we will put up the camera arm for it to give you that perspective. So generally speaking, there's a lot of different camera arms out there. This one just happens to be a 4th arrow camera arm. It's a little bit more compact. Use what works best for you. If you're right-handed, you're gonna want the base of your camera arm on your right-hand side of the tree. This will allow you to swing the camera completely around the tree on the left side and have free movement on the right. If you're left-handed, I would do it the opposite way and put the camera base on the left side. It's a preference thing, but I would say keep it to one side of the tree or the other. As far as the height of my camera base, I like to put it knee high. And that may seem low, but when you get the camera arm itself on there and then the camera up, you're going to be about hip high. So since I'm right-handed, you can see this is kind of on the right side. The other reason I don't put it in the center is because if you're in a saddle like this and you're using knee pads, which I don't, but if you want to use knee pads and rest your knees, you don't want this right in the direction of where your knees are going to be. Your knees are going to be right underneath of either the ratchet strap and the base at this angle. So that's something to keep in mind. So now my base is on. I'm going to pull the camera arm out of the sleeve, drop it in, adjust my levelness, and at this point, that camera that he's holding, that you're watching this on, would be sitting on top of this. Now everything would be in place. So now that all the camera gear is set up, I would then move the pack to the right side of the tree, or my weak side of the tree, for two reasons. One, Derek just pointed out, he likes to hang his bow on the left side, so the pack would be in the way. And also, generally speaking, when you're in a saddle, you're trying to set up for your strong side shot. And me being a righty, my strong side shot is this whole left quadrant. So I'm just playing the odds and predicting that deer won't come off of that weak side, and I put the camera bag on the weak side. Does that make sense?
Make sure you press record.
That's an excellent tip. Make sure you press record.
I didn't do that when the sow left the bait.
Oh yeah.
She was running.
He just shot a nice Michigan bear. You should check that video out.
She was running, making all kinds of noise.
Was she really?
You're gonna mess up.
You're gonna mess up. Yeah, that's the thing with self-filming. You're gonna mess up. There's a lot of intricate little pieces in between. This is just a basic, quick setup of how we set up for self-filming. You keep your base on the right side? Yep. Okay, base is on the right side. Jesse's just kind of getting into it with us on the self-filming or filming for others. If you are gonna film for somebody, it's probably gonna be set up almost identical to how we are. Have Derek on the weak side or your partner on the weak side, maybe up a little bit higher, like where your platform would be this high, so you still have your shooting window here. But you want people on the weak side of things above you, looking down, get all of that view.
I've told people this many times, but when you're self-filming, you're gonna question your sanity 9 times out of 10 when you're setting up all your equipment. This isn't worth it. It's, you know, it's a hassle, this and that. But I'm telling you, when everything comes together and you have a successful hunt and you get it all on camera and you can watch it back, show it to your friends, show it to your family, it makes all those extra pounds of equipment worth it, because it's so cool to watch everything back and be able to show and share your experience with everybody. It definitely makes it worth it.
Packing this thing is simple on the Sumter pack. Packing the case pack is simple. And then packing the plateau pack down there, which I've been running for the last year and a half, is simple. You just got to figure out your system. My last tip is get some battery banks, because you are going to run through the juice of your batteries when it hits October, November in the cold weather. So I will usually hook up my 360 camera to an external 10,000 or 20,000 milliamp battery, and then I've got a ton of batteries left over for my camera and a second battery bank for my phone. It is an expensive hobby, but like Derek just said, it is totally worth it. Don't go out and go spend $1 million. Start small. Maybe you want to start with a cell phone setup. Perfectly fine. But hey, I'll tell you what, the Sumter pack and all the other packs through Trophyline are a perfect way to get going on self-filming and carrying it all into the woods. All right, that's gonna do it for us. Jesse, you got any last words? He's off in no man's land right now. How about you, Derek? You got any last words?
Until next time, hang tight.